Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. Out here on the range with another pistol review for you. Today we're looking at the Sig P320. This is in the compact variation. And I say it's in the compact variation because this is a modular system setup, whereas you can take your fire control group out, put it in a different grip module, different lengths, different magazine capacities. You can change the slide, you can change the barrel length. It's very, very modular. It's a concept that's been around for a couple years now that seems to be pretty favorable. You can change it to whatever you want to. I honestly haven't given the P320 much of a chance, honestly, and I know it's from personal bias, but this one was loaned to me from a buddy of mine. So I'm going to give it a shot. I've been shooting it quite a bit, kind of forming an opinion on it. I didn't give it a shot by buying it myself because honestly, it looked like a pretty cheap way to go from their hammer fired version of this to the striker fired version, because if you look, it is exactly like their hammer fired version. It looks like it should have a hammer. So I thought, man, they just kind of cheaped out there and made it into a striker fire and didn't change anything about it, which they kind of did. But that also leaves you with a very high bore axis. And if any of you all have watched my channel for very long at all, you know that I have a problem with high bore axis pistols because the style of shooting that I do tends to be a little faster style shooting. High bore axes are a little harder to control muzzle rise, which means it slows down your shots from shot to shot. So I like a very low bore axis. Just looking at it, this doesn't look like it has one. But honestly, after shooting it a good little bit, it's pretty controllable for how it looks as far as the bore being set high above your hand. You can get a good grip on it, and it pushes that beaver tail down into the gun a good bit. So it helps reduce what I thought was a very, very high bore axis. Now, like I said, this one is the compact, but it holds 15 rounds in the double stack magazine. This is very comparable in size to what I would say the Glock 19, something along that line. Very modular setup. As I said, you can change it into whatever you want. This one has the optics ready plate on the top there. It looks like, I'm not going to swear to it, but it looks like the rear sight comes off with that plate. Not sure, but it looks like that to me. I haven't tried to take it off, and I probably won't. Has a standard 1913 Picatinny rail on front, which I like that. Sig is known to do their proprietary rails. Not a big fan of that, but this one doesn't have it, so kudos to Sig. Magazines, high quality magazines from Sig. All their magazines are always high quality, but you do pay for their magazines. They are fairly expensive. This one says made in Italy. I'm gonna bet Metgar makes it. Metgar makes good magazines. May not. It may not be who makes this one. I don't know. Just an assumption. This is opinion video. It's what reviews are. All opinions. So, anyways, here we go. Flat face trigger on this. Very, very good triggers. All of the Sig striker fired guns that I've shot have very good triggers. I'm not going to complain about those at all. Flat face, it's a preference thing. You like curve, you like flat face, it don't matter. Still a good trigger. Takedown, very, very simple. Just standard field stripping, YouTube. Calm down before you get all excited. You don't have to pull the trigger. That is one of the perks of all the Sig striker fires. Even the P365 is like that. You do not have to pull the trigger to take it down. You just simply lock the slide to the rear, just like that. Move your lever to the takedown position, release the slide, and slide it off. I like that. You don't end up with a potential ND or AD. They're all NDs in my opinion. There is no such thing as an AD. It's all negligence. But anyways, I better put that back down. Very, very simple. I like this setup. This is probably, if I was going to purchase one, this is probably the size that I would purchase, at least the frame size. I may opt for a longer slide. Slide length doesn't typically bother me the way that I carry. It's normally grip length that causes me to not be able to conceal, but that is a very comfortable size. Sights, typical Sig sights. I think this is the X-ray. You can see there. The Sig X-ray sights are pretty good quality in my opinion. I had the front sight go out on my P365 XL. Sig replaced it, no problems, no questions asked, sent me a new one. They let me change it myself. Didn't have an issue with that. So they work pretty good. This one actually says TGH3, so maybe it's a True Glow. I don't know. It looks like the Sig sights. Better look closer. No, it's Sig. It says Sig right on the rear sights here. So, like I said, not my gun. It was loaned to me. Appreciate that, by the way. But yeah, I don't know if the sights have been changed or not, but they look like Sig light sights. All right. So one thing that I have noticed, and I even asked the guy that loaned me the gun if the slide stop, slide release was aftermarket extended. Because look at those bad boys. Look how far they stick off. Let me put my hand here. There you go. See how far it sticks off the gun? They stick out there a good bit, and I thought it was extended. They're ambidextrous, but I thought they were extended. And where they're located, this is my grip. I have to show you this all the time. I gotta turn this way. There we go. This is my grip, and it rides right on that slide stop. And I'm the world's worst for riding a slide stop, slide release, and getting a no stop to the rear on the last shot. It's just the way that I shoot. Some guns fit better for my style of shooting, some don't. I've had two so far, and I actually caught both of them on camera, so as these clips are rolling in, pay attention to that. I've had twice now where I've rode the slide stop and didn't get a lock to the rear, but I'm not faulting the gun. That's 100% me. That's just my grip. That's how I shoot. And I have no interest in changing that at this point in my life. It's just, I feel like I shoot well enough to where I'm not gonna go back and change my grip and try to adjust and then try to get back to my level of shooting that I'm happy with now. So I'll just deal with that. I should have brought my magazine loader out here. Accuracy wise, it shoots just as well as any other striker fired handgun. I've been shooting it quite a bit actually before I started this video because my wife took a liking to it. Just dry firing it in the living room and how it felt. She's a Sig girl. She carries a P365. So she had a little bias to start with. But she took a liking to it and wanted to kind of give it a shot as maybe her combat size handgun, bedside size handgun. So I thought, well, I'm gonna run it through the ringer a little bit, get quite a few shots through it, get a good opinion on it. Then I'll let her shoot it and go from there, and she can decide ultimately. But you know, I want to make sure that it is reliable, no issues. It's going to shoot well, it's going to shoot accurate, not going to be anything that she's going to fight with. And I've been shooting it quite a bit. So I just loaded this magazine up. Let's go ahead and run 15 more rounds through it since he only brought me one mag. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Appreciate that. No, just kidding. Let's go ahead and shoot it some while we're. I haven't had any issue as far as making shots where I want them to be. It shoots as naturally as any other striker fired handgun. So, like I said, striker fired handguns are a dime a dozen. It's just some of the features you want, some of the features you don't want, the name you like. They're all really, really close as far as performance goes. But like I said, this one shoots pretty good. See, I did it again right there. You can see my thumb right there on it. It's not the gun, it's definitely me. Y'all be sure to go check out Vetter Holsters, big sponsor of the channel. Have about any kind of holster you can think of. There's one of the cool designs that they have. You saw the blood red holster for my XDM 10mm. They make a holster for just about any gun out there. A lot of the 10mm stuff. I use their light tuck. That's about all I use anymore for inside the waistband stuff. Great products, great company. Check out Vetter Holsters. You all be sure to go check out Target Sports USA. They're a big sponsor of the channel now. And if you use my link below, you're going to get a free gift at checkout with your purchase. Their Ammo Plus membership is a great value. If you shoot very much at all through the year, it's going to pay for itself in no time and then some. Be sure to check out Target Sports USA. The hold seems to me more of a combat style hold instead of a 6 o'clock hold. But, you know, it's all what you prefer. Let's go ahead and see if we can sling some up there. I got 5 rounds loaded. All right, I missed those 5, but I was trying to hold like a 6 o'clock hold just to confirm what I just said. And as you saw, they all hit fairly low. I'm gonna load back up and I'm gonna try the standard combat hold, at least 80 yards. We'll see how we do then. So now I'll hold a little bit higher on the plate more of a combat style hold, see if we can make contact that way. Left to right was me. 80 yards, handgun, 2 for 5. Pretty typical about how I shoot. So the gun will do it. Just got to hold a little higher, more of a combat style hold, like I said. And I did hold the slide stop again. Sig P320 compact final impressions. I like the gun. It shoots very, very well. Very controllable for what I assume to be a high bore axis, just based on the visual of this gun. Figured it would have a lot more muzzle flip than it does. Very controllable, very good trigger, very shootable, combat style hold. As I said, the slide stop slide release just doesn't agree with my style of shooting. Now, if the wife shoots it fine and she doesn't have an issue with that, good. Then we'll contemplate going this route for her. But for me, it's just the slide stop slide release is in the wrong place. Maybe a little farther forward, maybe not stuck out so far. Maybe there's aftermarket slide stop slide releases that fixes this issue, gets it a little closer to the gun. But that's what it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I do have a Patreon if y'all want to support the channel further. Get some videos a couple weeks earlier. So always stay ahead over there, some behind the scenes stuff, more engaging content as far as picking what videos I may do, may not do, whatever. Anyways, it just helps the channel. If you want to go sign up for Patreon, link is below. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, stay tuned.